Welcome everybody back to A&M in the AM, episode 28. I'm back here with my buddy Mort, back on Wednesday morning here, not Thursday, but it's been a long day for me. I was gonna say that. I worked all day. Car broke down.
You wanna come closer? You off
Come
in the
closer.
okay, there we go. Tell your story again.
I would say I worked all day. As I said, it's been a long day for me. I worked all day and then car broke down. And my beard's just making it look like I'm
It's more
going
than the
through.
5 o'clock shadow. You're definitely like getting to the hardworking drinks when he gets home, dad.
I'm 10 days in, so
Mm,
can't wait to see what 20 days in looks like. 20 days in will be starting NBA free agency, so
yeah, I can't wait either.
should be interesting. Okay, so we actually have a decent amount to talk about today. A lot's coming out with the NBA, like we said was going to happen. Official start date for obviously we knew the draft is going to
Jeez.
be on the 18th.
Chill, dog.
What?
There we go. Just talk normal.
What?
You were deep down inside my eardrums.
Oh, I was gonna say that the draft is gonna be on the 18th, and then free agency is now on the 20th. Even though like they basically said, or like even though it started like at the beginning of the month, so like you're gonna see a lot of people sign right away. I'm pretty sure. Like
Mm-hmm.
within like the first 5 minutes, you'll probably see a majority of people sign the teams because after that they have 32 days. Yeah, 32 days
Something
till the
like I don't
season
know how to
starts.
count.
Yeah, but like, but then actually in reality they have like less than that. They have because you got quarantined for a week. So they're only going to have around like 20, 25 days to practice as a team, like new players, rookies. So it's going to be really interesting to see what teams do. And I saw a crazy stat. It was like um the Miami Heat and LA Lakers had 71 days from last time they played till season start, and teams that didn't make bubble had 285 days.
And I'm not a professional basketball player in any means,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel like
Wait,
70.
really?
Nah, I know it kind of might surprise you as I go out of focus.
It's deceiving.
Um, but I feel as though 70 something days would be a decent amount of time. Like that's not
But
it doesn't appear to be that much. I get like then they'd be on the full schedule again, like back up and running. But at the same time, they also eliminated games, and or they were at least talking about it. They were saying that they were going to go to 72 games season anyway, or 70
they
something.
are. It's official.
Okay.
The
See, and then
72 game
you
is
have as
official.
many you have as many games off as you're gonna or days off as you're gonna play. Plus, on top of that, you play one game a week anyway, as it is. Before, like 2 games basically. Now it's could definitely be one game
Yeah.
because you're playing
Um,
less games. Then it's gonna be kind of
but I
crazy.
did see that they're to eliminate like the spread that they're gonna consider doing like what the MLB did where like you're
Yeah,
gonna
they were gonna do the
play
bubble thing or like the division conference thing.
that. I saw where they're gonna do like the series thing. So like you'll play every
Oh,
single team in the NBA, but like you'll play back to back games against that team just so you eliminate them. So you only have to go like week by week basis.
I don't know if they do back to back. Somebody would be complaining. And plus, then like who gets home, who gets away, like it's going to be all kinds of different scheduling things. I thought that they said like East is just going to play East, like this, like the inner workings of it, like the East. Like, how do they do it in the East? They have the Central and the East, right? They don't have like a West in it, do they?
They have the Central Atlantic. How
Yeah, whatever the mini ones are called. Like they were gonna do it that way, I thought. But then, yeah, that'd be crazy to play in 70 games. You're playing everybody 20 times.
Yeah, I don't think they would do that. Hold on, what if I'm actually drawing a blank here with what the divisions are. Okay, so you have the Atlantic, Central, and Southeast, and then Northwest, Pacific, and Southwest.
Yeah, whatever the mini ones are. I as I think about it more and more, I don't see that happening.
Well, hold on. So each division has. Oh, we good?
There we go. There, I had
Okay.
to fix myself. It was annoying me.
Each division has 5 teams in it, so that's 10, 14. So play each of them twice. Yeah, that would get very repetitive.
I mean, the Pistons already played the Cavs 3 times a week as it was, so it wouldn't be any difference. But still, enough for other teams might feel a little weird.
Yeah, it definitely would. Especially like, yeah, it would just. And they've already said that. I think they've already hinted at Cavs and or not Cavs, Lakers, Warriors on Christmas. Oh, never mind. They're
Mm-hmm.
the same.
Yeah, yeah. We
I
talked about that before, but they said it again today that Brian Windhorst and someone else said that it's looking likely that we could be getting closer and closer to a Lakers Warriors Christmas.
Which I feel like the 22nd's like opening day, but that's like a soft opening. You're gonna have like
Yeah, it's gonna be some random one. They'll play like the Kings or something.
no,
For
they'll
the
have a
ring
big
ceremony.
game. They usually put like I know last year they put the Rockets on opening night.
But like for the rings, the Lakers will be opening night. They'll be playing a nobody, or they might play like the Trailblazers or something that they like someone that they played already and beat.
Yeah, or they might they might play. I'm thinking. Hold on, let me see who's in.
And then probably like them, and then back-to-back home games if they play like the Warriors. 'Cause I don't see them going to Golden State to play on Christmas.
Or low key you put Phoenix on opening night.
If they get Chris Paul like they're talking about, maybe.
Yeah.
The current Suns, I don't know.
Current Sun.
Current Suns,
is the
I'm on
bubble
the
Sun.
hype. I'm on the hype of the current Suns, but I don't know about opening night hype.
Or you just come out with it. Lakers versus Cavs opening night.
Goodness gracious.
That just draw up the hype.
The ring ceremony and LeBron might have to play and they'd still win by 30.
But yeah, I feel like because like usually opening night is like a couple days before Halloween, and then Halloween is like the big like shabam, even though like not really, but like that's kind of like the big like, oh, it's Halloween, it's a holiday, we're playing basketball. But now it's gonna be the 22nd, and then Christmas is gonna be the Halloween. It's Christmas Day. Everyone's with their families. We're playing basketball, and we're on the biggest stage.
I mean, it already, of course, always feels special, but like it's gonna feel like a comparative to the NFL on Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Like it's gonna be just as big of a deal because the season's gonna be starting. And if it's like good games, then
no. And in reality, that's what Christmas is to the Christmas Day is what Thanksgiving Day is to the NFL, because it's tradition that's gone on for a while. Usually certain teams play, usually wear special uniforms. So like it's kind of Christmas Day is already kind of like that. So yeah, it's gonna feel even more special now. I feel as though, because it's gonna be you're starting your season.
They'll have like Santa there in the crowd giving out presents, or like a nice Sprite cranberry after the game.
Oh my!
For LeBron to endorse again, because like I'm just trying to think of something, because they give him the turkey legs for the football after the game. Like they present him with something else, and we go to like a honey ham or something like that.
I don't know. I don't know what they could do there in that situation. Because I mean, what do they do? You know what they normally do?
They're doing that. No, they don't do anything. I'm just saying, like you wanted to add something on it. Send Rachel out there with a honey glazed ham and a Sprite cranberry in her hand.
But yeah. So
if that comes out in like a week or two, or even in the next few days, that like they're thinking about a ceremony, then just know that came from us again.
No, there was
just off the top of our heads.
There was something that I was gonna mention that they're doing now that we said, and I forget.
It wouldn't surprise me.
It's the whole piston train for #1 pick. That's what it was.
Well, I mean, that was kind of common sense thing, but yeah.
But like, yes, it was common sense, but at the same time, like, no one thought the Pistons were actually gonna like go for it. You
And
know,
then the whole time I was saying they got the new GM, the Thunder guy and everything, that he means business, and he was going to try to make a splash like that.
wait, call me crazy.
I already do.
Pistons straight for the number one pick. Get LaMelo. Since we have the old Thunder GM, we trade for Chris Paul because he brought in Chris Paul. We bring
But
in Chris.
why?
We bring in Paul to like mentor Melo, and at the same time we make a playoff run with him. You have the Paul to Griffin connection again.
So you're running it up with CP3, LaMelo,
Yeah. Sekou,
whoever I was gonna say. Yeah, sure. I was gonna say whoever there, Blake, and then
Christian.
well, you can't pay all those guys, so it's Henson.
No, we would pick up like we'd bring Boban. We'd bring Boban back.
Because that's a lot of money just in Chris Paul and Blake. Goodness gracious, that's not those are the two of the worst contracts in the league. You got them both in the same team.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I saw that Chris Paul was finally like saying he feels like he could fit with Giannis. So I've always been saying that was a great place for him to go. But now that the Suns, like, it's like last year, everybody wants Chris Paul still. Like, people say who wants Chris Paul for his contract, but every year it's teams are interested in trading for Chris Paul.
But the thing is, Chris Paul's valuable, and he showed he's
Yeah,
valuable.
I've said that. Like, teams are going to take his money. That's what the Thunder did.
And
That's
no,
what the
the
Heat were
fact
going to
is,
do.
yes, it's a horrible contract, but he plays up to it every single year.
Horrible for his age, not horrible for who he is.
Not horrible for his stats, even. Yes, horrible for his age, but he's putting up the numbers.
Yeah.
And he consistent. Okay, he might not be putting up like the numbers, but like he's putting up the numbers to take a .02 projected team to number 4th seed in the playoffs. You know,
because like last year it was the Heat were going to try to get him and a few other teams, and the Thunder came out of nowhere, traded Westbrook for him. Amazing thing for them to do. And then it's like this year they're saying, oh, he got to the West, woohoo. He still got a horrible contract. And then look, Pacers wanted him or talked about it. Someone talked about the Pacers. Now the Suns have come out of nowhere. The Bucks. And I'm sure
the Lakers have been rumored. I know
the Knicks. I mean, the Knicks want everybody.
Yeah.
But
Knicks
like
are kind of
they just keep
post-Christopher.
coming back after people say that nobody wants them.
Because I mean, he's one of the best floor generals in NBA history.
Yeah, look, I said this. I don't remember the exact same three that I said before.
Yeah.
But I said it the other day. I got some criticism. He's a top 3, top 4 point guard of all time.
I agree. And maybe not for his stats, but for what he does when he's on the court.
I'm just trying to remember who I had in that list. I of course had Magic at first. I don't remember if I had Steph at 2.
I'll say it.
Somebody else.
I'll say my top 5 right here. Magic, Steph, Stockton, Paul, Isaiah Thomas.
I would have I don't remember if I had Chris Paul at 2 or 3, but I would if I didn't, I would have him at 3 if I put Steph at 2. I'm not on that hype train of Steph being an all-time great though. I mean, I just put him there because it's like everybody says like how Kareem needs to get like the looks for best player of all time. It's just like people just say Steph's got to be there, so you toss him there. I mean, I get it. I get why he's there and everything. But
yeah, no, I understand
at the same
why.
time, at the same time, I'm kind of taking all time. I'm taking Chris Paul over Steph. If I'm given the option like build around or anything, I'm taking Chris Paul.
Okay, prime Chris Paul versus prime Steph Curry. I'm taking Chris Paul. Better defense,
IQ does everything.
Better IQ. Not a good 3-pointer. Not as good as Steph.
Doesn't have to.
But yeah, he doesn't have to if you have the right pieces around him. But definitely a better defender, better IQ, better passer, and
gets the most out of his teammates as you can see this year.
Yeah.
At age like 34 or 35.
Yeah, I agree with that. But all time, if I'm going all time stats wise, I'm going Magic Johnson, Steph Curry, Stockton, Paul, and
And
then
I get Stockton because the assists and steals and everything, but
and because Stockton did it so long and so
and he still gets
consistently.
named as like one of the underrated guys. But
No,
I
which
think
he
I don't know how close he is. I could be completely wrong, and I probably am. But I think like Chris Paul's almost in the neighborhood of assists. Like he's not going to get there,
I I
but
honestly do call Stockton underrated because he doesn't get he doesn't get
I think it's just because he
appreciated.
played for the Jazz
Yeah, he played for the but he
and he played
played
with
for the
Karl
Jazz.
Malone.
See, Stockton played. He was just at the wrong place at the wrong or at the right place at the wrong time. He played when Jordan played when Jordan dominated the league in the 90s, and there was a window there where he had a chance. But then Hakeem dominated those 2 years. And there was just not a chance for Stockton, Malone to do anything when the league was just being dominated over and
I
over and over
I don't
by
know what the
Jordan.
rest of their team looked like because I've never cared to look. But does Stockton get all this hype if he doesn't have Malone?
I don't know because I
Because I'm
personally don't
willing
know.
to say it's like Jordan and Pippen.
No, it definitely no. I do think that Stockton isn't Stockton without Malone. Malone isn't Malone without Stockton. Jordan isn't Jordan without Pippen. Pippen isn't Pippen without Jordan. I think it goes hand in hand. I think that's what all the 90 duos were. The one wasn't the other without the other.
Before we switch this, Malone wasn't Malone without Stockton, but he also wasn't Malone without 13-year-olds.
Oh my god. Okay. Um yeah, that's a big switch. I don't even know how we got
Should
on
have
that
set it
tangent, but let's
off.
talk about the draft then. We're obviously drafts a week, literally a week away. We're 7 days away now. So next, or it would be next Wednesday morning. We will have our mock draft out.
And
Um,
really, since they come in advance, like what we say on that could drastically change in those hours that the video is up.
which
Because
is
things will
literally
just be going crazy. Trade talks will be going nuts. Woj will have blisters like crazy.
which is going to
Just
be
even
crazy
before the draft starts.
because what that will happen either the day before or the night before that we will make that video.
Yeah, that's what I'm
So
saying.
within a 24-hour span, literally we could finish recording and
Something
the
happens.
the Pistons should trade for a number one pick, even though that
Yeah.
won't realistically that won't happen. You usually don't hear
Like a
trades
draft night
until
thing.
until the night of. But like a trade could happen like behind closed doors that something could happen. But like
Do
I
you
feel like
think uh I'll let you finish.
but the one thing here is that same thing with NFL. You didn't see a lot of trades. I don't know how the draft is gonna work. Is it gonna be virtual? I'm assuming, or
I don't know. They never said, but that's what it was always rumored. So I
yeah.
don't know.
So, but here's the thing with the NFL. I know you didn't watch it, or I think you watched, or you were kind of paid attention,
Gandered at
but
it a few times.
because it was like the only thing on TV. But
Yeah.
I don't think there'll be a lot of, even though there should be in the NFL or NBA draft always has a lot of picks. I feel like even though everyone's hyping it up, there's not going to be that many picks in the first 15 picks, just like the NFL.
I was gonna ask you, do you think if nothing happens, do you think Lamelo still gets taken one and traded later on? Like he's taken for another team. It's like the Trey and Luca situation. Like they were taken for the other team.
Each other, yeah. Um, I feel like it could happen.
Or do you think they just straight up trade the pick and whatever team gets them or gets the pick just takes them?
We'll see. What will have to happen is a trade would have to go down before the draft for that to happen because the NFL has some weird rule
In the
that
NBA?
even if you trade for the pick, the other team still owns it. So they're just
Yeah, that's why I was
so
kind of like meaning like, do they take them for him?
yeah, yeah. I think they would. See, I don't
Or do
know.
you think like if they take Lamelo, does it automatically like should people think that he's getting traded within the next 10, 15, maybe 30 minutes, or if they take like Edwards or Wiseman, like that shows that they're keeping him. Like they're either keeping Edwards or Wiseman.
Yeah, if they take Edwards or Wiseman, they're keeping him no matter what. LaMelo, that's where you have some doubt. That's where you're like, okay, I'm 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 pinning Woj on Twitter right now. I'm waiting for the trade to go down. Like, but at the same time, I feel like they'll kind of be like they'll shock the world by keeping him, even though it's not really a shock, like
Mm-hmm.
because like everyone expects them to keep him. I feel like the biggest shock of the draft, and obviously we'll talk about this on next Wednesday, is Obi, Mr. Obi Toppin,
So wherever
because
he goes.
I feel like he's gonna literally not destroy everyone's draft board, but send it into panic. Because I feel like if Minnesota can't trade that pick, I feel like they're taking Obi. I have I've had
I was actually gonna say that next. I was gonna say,
I've
or do they
had
just
this
completely go crazy and
I've
take
had this
Obi?
belief for so long, and it was a really big rumor for a while. It got shot down so much, and then it kind of peaked a little, like maybe a
Yeah.
month ago. I think we were sending stuff in the group chat, and then it kind of just went quiet again. And everyone's like, "Oh, Lamelo's going. Maybe Wiseman, maybe
I
Edwards."
saw earlier that they said that the same thing as LaMelo with D'Lo and Cat, like the defenses in there. They said the same thing with Obi,
Yeah.
and plus like again like LaMelo, he's a guy that needs the ball in his hands. Well, guess what? You got D'Lo holding the ball or Cat holding the ball. So at the same time, he wouldn't fit there either, which
So
is what they're
maybe
saying.
Wiseman, you're thinking?
Yeah, they're saying if they do go with the big guy, they'll take Wiseman and put Kitty Cat at power forward, which we had said if he got traded to the Knicks that they would do that with him and Mitchell Robinson. Obviously, that's not possible now, or it's like just like a giggle at this point. But like it's the same thing we said there. We said he'd
Yeah.
go to the power forward. So like they're saying now, there's like a real chance if they take Wiseman, Cat goes to the power forward.
Yeah, I have a feeling deep in my gut that like Minnesota is just gonna kind of be like, fuck it, Obi, we're drafting you at one. Like,
I would love that.
but then that literally sends the next 9 picks into panic.
Yeah,
Because
because
they're
teams didn't guys fell into teams' laps that they didn't expect to be there.
yeah, but that's kind of sends them into panic because then they're like because it goes into I don't have you ever seen the movie Draft Day?
No,
It,
I
it's an
maybe I've
it's an
maybe seen
it's
a
an
little bit.
NFL it's about an NFL thing where like this guy he's the coveted number one pick. So let's say LaMelo, he's the coveted number one pick. Everyone knows a team traded up to get him, and then they pass on him. They take the lesser known or like the guy they know they can get at like 4 or 5.
Mm-hmm.
They take Obi, and then everyone falls into panic. Like, okay, is there something wrong with LaMelo? Did Minnesota actually find something that we are overlooking? Or like with these other two
Oh,
guys,
yeah, so it makes them keep falling.
Edwards or Wiseman, they're like, okay, is something wrong with these guys that like we truly overlooked, like that
Or
we didn't find
Minnesota's just
wrong?
completely stupid.
Exactly. So I feel like at the same time they're like, okay, Minnesota's stupid. They lost on one of the 3 best picks in recent NBA history, or they're gonna be like, oh shit, did we actually miss something? Did Minnesota find something we didn't with one of these 3 guys? Like
Hmm.
that's just what I see in that
I
situation.
mean, I saw this crazy conspiracy that, like, since ironically enough, like, the only other place that they're talking about LaMelo is to the Pistons.
I know.
But, like, I saw this crazy conspiracy that said that if the Timberwolves took Wiseman, then the Warriors either trade out or they take Anthony Edwards. And then it's just like this. Oh no, I think or Denny,
Oh,
and then
I
just
see. We
this
keep
big snowball. Yeah, we keep forgetting about it. And he's gonna mess up everybody's too. I feel like
like
I was gonna say like I feel like it's Obi, and I feel like it's somebody later on in the lottery that's just gonna come out of nowhere and get
next
taken
week
higher.
this next week we really have to look into the draft board because we cannot forget Denny. Everyone keeps forgetting Denny. And
Somebody's gonna move up out of nowhere.
my boy Tyrese Halliburton. He was ranked as the
Yeah,
number 3.
that's the thing. Like they had him going higher, like they had him going to the Hawks. Like they just kept having these guys move up, and
Mhm.
LaMelo gradually did fall to 7 to the Pistons, like because they said the Warriors took whoever, and then the Bulls, no, the Hornets, they have Rozier and Graham, like we've been saying, but it's like they've been so high on him, but they took like a Okoro in that situation or something like that, like a wing guy that they need. Oh no, Okongwu, because they need a
Yeah.
center. And then it was like the Bulls didn't need a guy, so they might have taken Okoro or something like that, or they needed
See
a
it,
point guard, they needed a wing guy.
and that's the thing I think we looked over with the Hornets. We were like, okay, LaMelo's a sure pick to them. They're not going to pass up on LaMelo. But then, like, we look at it. Obviously, they didn't give Rozier that contract for nothing. He obviously didn't perform well this season, but
And they traded
they,
him for Kemba.
yeah, they're hope we can get something out of him. And then they have Devontae Graham. He went off in his second year, and
And
they're hoping.
like I said the other day, Jordan loves Malik Monk, so nobody's gonna
Oh,
play over him.
he's not on the team anymore.
What?
He got like I think he's like banned from the NBA.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm like
Not Jordan's son.
I'm like 90% sure Malik Monk was like banned from the NBA for substance abuse.
What the heck? And then they have some other dude I can't think of.
Malik Monk.
I think they have some other dude that's a guard, but like they just kept having LaMelo fall down in that situation because like teams took what they needed instead of taking the hype, and then it just fell to the Pistons. Like it was a crazy thing. A lot of things would have to happen, but it's still like it's the low percent chance. But at
Yeah.
the same time, low percent chance things happen sometimes.
Right here. Oh, he was reinstated already. Right here though. On February 26th, Malik Monk was suspended indefinitely for violating NBA substance use policy. Um, he was reinstated June 8th after it was determined he was compliant with the anti-drug program. So he was
Hmm.
he was reinstated. All right. But yeah, I was gonna say I remember him being indefinitely.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, it was something really quiet, but it made news. Um, but yeah, I think Okongwu could find his way onto Charlotte, and then obviously you have the Bulls that like what do the Bulls need?
They had him.
Like
I think it was Okoro.
Okoro. I feel like they want that wing player because obviously they're not high on Otto Porter.
Yeah, I mean
And,
he kind of brings what Otto Porter did, what was supposed to.
but younger.
Yeah, and then like they had the Hawks taking Halliburton
Okay. Which is weird.
because like he's not a guy, but because it's like they said, if you if you get LaMelo and Trey on the same team, it's who has the ball. LaMelo has the ball, Trey's doing nothing. If Trey has the ball, LaMelo's doing nothing.
Yeah.
And so like you get Halliburton to play off the ball or play a big shooting guard or the other way around, and he's playing defense for Trey and doing other things.
Okay, but like when you look at it, like the Hawks need to make a decision what they want to do at that two guard. They got Herter, they got Cam Reddish, they got Hunter, they got even though Hunter plays
Small
um
forward.
the small forward, but still he can play the two guard. They got Hunter, they got they would have Halliburton or they have whoever they bring in. You got to make a decision who you want playing there. You can't just keep bringing in the
I
guy.
thought for a while it was Herter, and then they get Reddish out of nowhere. So I don't
But no,
know.
but Herter still started. Reddish struggled a lot.
Yeah, I mean, like everybody figured, he should have stayed a year, but he's from Duke, so they don't allow him to stay.
Yeah, but I think he could come back and be a good role player off their bench after a year in the NBA.
Yeah, I know people are still high on him. I mean, I get that there's not like that big of a reason to not be high on him, but at the same time, I don't get why there's a big reason to be high on him.
I feel like if he doesn't do good this year, they package him in a deal, and he goes somewhere else and becomes a decent NBA role player. Nothing more than that, though. A decent role player, though.
Yeah, I'd say like an okay defender, okay to plus defender.
Attacking the rim type player.
Yeah, a little bit of offense.
I feel like he's uh, like an an 8, 6, and 3 type of guy.
Okay, that's pretty bad for where they got him at, but at the same time, it's Cam Reddish, so I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, I'm just saying like if he becomes a role player though, like that's if he becomes a role player and he's just like off the bench type of guy. But I mean, realistically, LaMelo could fall to the Pistons, which would be ideal. But at the same time, that's scary as hell. Just
Yeah, to
pick
keep banking
after
on it.
pick
And
after
it's like then people are saying then he comes into the league like was he slept on or was he overhyped? Why did he fall? And
yeah, it
just
goes
all
back
kinds
into
of
the
other
same. It goes back
things.
to the same fact. Why wasn't he being picked? Was there something wrong with him? Is it because of his dad? Is it because of this? Is it because of
I
that?
saw originally that like he wasn't talking to the Timberwolves because he didn't want to go out there, and then I saw like last week or something he was talking to him again,
Well,
and then
I saw LeVar wants him in Detroit.
yeah, or the Knicks when the Pistons have the pick before if he did somehow fall.
Yeah.
But then I saw that Anthony Edwards was doing bad in the interview process. It was either the interview or that show that he put on with the Clutch Sports
Yeah.
that LeBron and Anthony Davis were at. It was either there or something else. It was whoever else is represented by them. It's like a top pick. I want to say it's Wiseman, but I don't know. Somebody else was
I
there
feel
with
like
him.
Loki. I feel like Wiseman's like represented by someone random.
Somebody, it was some other top pick was there too, and like one of them wasn't doing very good. They weren't doing good in the questioning. Like some people thought it was just so that they didn't get picked by the Timberwolves. It's like
Trevor Lawrence.
yeah, Trevor Lawrence. He's not trying to go to the
Yeah.
Jets. I don't even want to say their name.
There's so many bad New York teams.
Yeah, I actually did say them all.
No, but like that could be something. I get. Yeah, that makes sense. Because then, if the Timberwolves don't take any of them, then he falls to the Warriors. A great I wanted to say program. A great I can't even think of the name.
But I don't really think they wouldn't need him. They just package him. It's just like somebody else that they had.
No, because
They got
remember they
somebody
have
else like that.
Wiggins. They'll package Wiggins away. They'll keep the young guy.
Yeah, but they could put LaMelo at small forward now because
Oh,
you're not
I
putting him
thought
on
we were
the
talking about
bench.
Anthony Edwards.
Oh, I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you say that. Yeah, okay, that makes sense then. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought we were talking about Anthony Edwards there, but it, if LaMelo, I feel like okay, realistically, LaMelo comes to Detroit. Do you think Jello comes?
I don't know. I should have looked. I don't know like what his contract thing was like that when he was on the Thunder G League.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was like a 1 year thing. I don't know how that works. So I mean, I doubt it, especially bringing him right away. Like I told you earlier, like I'm not into it for the hype of that. I just want him in Detroit, but same time, like if Jello comes along, then cool. Like
I
because
mean,
Jello's been in Detroit practicing with LaMelo the whole time.
maybe he comes to Detroit new G League. Because did you
Yeah, I was gonna
hear?
say go to the G League. Yeah, for sure.
No, did you hear Detroit has they have a new G League team in
Yeah,
Detroit.
they sold Grand Rapids.
Yeah, they sold to Phoenix, I think.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So Phoenix owns Grand Rapids because, or wait, no, Detroit bought Phoenix's team.
Yeah, something like that. I didn't know
And
Phoenix
then
had. Why would Phoenix have in Detroit? They had to relocate it probably.
because then Grand Rapids is just like independent now. Like they're just
Yeah,
they're gonna float around in the G League as kind of like an independent team. I think.
yeah, something weird. I yeah, I don't know about Leandro's situation. I would like to see him on some kind of team. I don't know what he does for an NBA team nowadays, but just for him
Okay,
to be somewhere.
so then Melo falls to us. Let's say Melo falls, we don't have to trade anybody. Right then and there, we have we have Melo starting at the 1, Kennard 2, Sekou 3.
Or Snell because you have to trade him.
N-
Unfortunately, you have to say
No, no,
Snell's
no. So
name.
Sekou gets to start at 3, Blake at 4. Christian Wood is like, oh, okay, we drafted Melo. I'll stay another year. Signs a 1-year deal with us, kind of like playing it out to see how Melo plays, and then that's our starting lineup right there.
And then to fix the small forward we talked about earlier, D Rose gets sent out to LA right away, and you get Kuzma. Put Kuzma at the small forward.
And I have seen in a
That keeps
lot of
happening every single day. That it just keeps happening.
I've seen in a lot of trades that with Kuzma would also come Caruso.
They were saying
But
that,
I don't think
but
the
same
GM would let that happen.
I don't think Rob Pelinka does it because I hate to say it, but he's almost like the heart and soul of the team now.
Oh,
Like
no,
the fans love
no,
him,
I don't think LeBron would let it happen.
especially like they're saying like D Rose definitely happens if they lose Rondo. So if you lose Rondo and you trade Caruso and Kuzma, all of you guys, your playoff guy or like your championship guys, I don't think that happens.
Here's the
I think
thing: if
Caruso's too valuable because if you lose Avery Bradley and you get rid of Danny Green, Caruso's too valuable.
here's the thing, if you trade for D Rose, you got to get rid of Danny Green. You can't have both their contracts on that team.
Well, D Rose only getting like 7 mil.
10 mil.
I saw something.
He
else.
he signed 2-year 20 million.
Yeah, it might have been.
Yeah. So
But
you
still,
can't.
it's only 10, and Danny Green's getting 15.
I feel like you gotta trade Danny Green at that point to somebody.
Or it's or the Pistons keep some of the money.
True. Yeah, they might say they'll pay like they might say we'll pay like $3 million.
Not like
Or
they're in the position for it either, but yeah, you could do that.
just so they can get Kuzma though. I feel like they might do it.
Yeah, if you get Kuzma on like a pick that you know either won't the Lakers won't be tanking anytime soon, so
Yeah.
it'll be
You,
29th, 30th pick probably.
you get Kuzma and then you get that coveted 2023 Imani
From a different team if the Lakers have somebody else's team. Because I did see that they said the Pistons would like to, if they trade D Rose or anybody else, the GM wants to get picks for next year and the year after because he knows how stacked the classes are.
Yeah. We can finish that talk though next week because we'll have an extra long video there for that. So switching to actually we can stay in basketball and we can go to Michigan basketball after signing.
It just keeps happening, and I love it.
I don't remember. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but it happened out of nowhere.
Musa Giabate.
It literally happened out of nowhere. He just random. I hadn't even like I don't follow Michigan basketball like that closely. I'll admit, but like I did not see this guy anywhere.
Okay, let me give you the rundown. So like last month or so, 2 months, they were talking about him. But like then it kind of died off and people are going, nah, he's going to Alabama and other things. And everybody's like, okay, cool, whatever. And then when Houston comes, everybody's definitely like, oh yeah, he's going somewhere else. But then at the same time, there were other people saying, nah, don't be surprised if he goes to Michigan because him and Houston are best friends. Like they're I thought they played together, but at the same time I saw Houston was from Mount Verde. Maybe it was something to do with Canada. Because Musa's French. I don't know how long he's been playing in Canada or whatever. I don't know about all that.
Maybe they play on AAU together or something.
Yeah, something like that. Because Houston's from Canada, Musa's from France, and something happened. But then they're like, don't be surprised. Like if you get one, you get the other. But then people were also giving up at the same time. They're like, well, it'd be cool if they get him, but they also don't need another big guy, and just don't count on it. Like be grateful to already get one. That's the top 10 in the class. But then like a week or two after that happens out of absolutely nowhere, nobody was talking about him. I don't know if I think he did say like when he was going to do it, but like there was no preparation, no warning. Nobody was talking about the possibility of it happening. And just like at 11 a.m. or noon, something like that, 1 o'clock.
No, was it? I thought it was at night.
No, it was during the day.
Oh, okay.
It just absolutely out of nowhere. People were like, what?
It was on Sunday, right? Because it was right after Michigan lost.
No. It was Monday.
Okay, yesterday. Monday. Okay. I thought it was right after Michigan lost. So, but yeah, now they had it before, but they have the number one recruiting class.
Yeah, they already have the number one. Now they have 2 top 10s in the class, so nobody's touching it.
Yeah, no one will even come close to that.
Houston was the number 8 or number 6, and Musa was the other one. Was either 8 or 6.
Loki at this point, Howard's looking to run out a Fab 5 2.0.
That's what I said. I responded and I said Fab Five 2.0 off the bench.
Not even.
I know.
Man,
I kind of had some side conversations with people. They're like, what do they do with the starting lineup? And I said, well, you're in a good position to have 2 5 stars off the bench.
what are they gonna do?
But realistically, like, what do they do?
Start Austin Davis because he'll be in his
6th year
sixth year.
Austin. Yeah.
You start Austin Davis over 2 5 stars. I understand he's a veteran
No,
for
I
Michigan.
don't think Austin stays for 6 years. I would love it if he did, but I don't think, especially then, like then you have Nunez still making TikToks at the end of the bench. You can't keep wasting spots. I don't know how Nunez is still on the team. If he stays past next year, then I guess it's just meant to be, and the dude's just there to go to school.
You think they kind of force Austin out now? They're
I think they offer him the veteran minimum. If he doesn't accept, then he moves teams or
they're kind of like hey,
somewhere.
either you leave. They're like you leave. We'll
Or they offer him a coaching spot.
we'll put in some good word for you in the NBA if you just take a step away from us.
I want to say I could be very wrong, but I want to say like he was originally going for they didn't have it or something, but they ended up getting it. He was going for like athletic training or something, like some advanced training, like sports medicine. And now, like, if his 5th year, like he's already done with it. He's just there playing basketball. I think he might have been started minoring in something else, but because
I
the
mean,
dude's a
I could
very
see
smart guy.
if he goes off this year, like, and I mean he has to actually like go off, not like go off, but like 10-10.
Off
He
the
could get a shot
bench,
in the G League.
you giving him 10 and 10 off the bench?
Yeah, I thought he started. I thought we talked about him starting.
Well, I'd love for him to start, but I don't know if that happens.
Yeah, I'll give him 10-10 off the bench. I think he gets a shot
I
in the
think
G League.
he actually could start because of his loyalty and everything, and Juwan's big on it. But
Because not only is he 7 or like 6'10" or 6'11", whatever he is, he's shown that he can grow as a player, and
because he
not
was given a
many,
chance finally.
and not many guys you can take from coming from a town of 400 people, putting them into one of the biggest college basketball programs in the nation, being a redshirt freshman, not getting literally hated on, saying he should never be able to touch the basketball court again. I remember those days. When I would go on Twitter after a Michigan basketball game. They would win. They would have won the
Or
game
like
by like
even when he wasn't playing, he was
they
just
would
still joked about.
they would have won the game by 30 plus, and they said this man Austin Davis should flap off the court and never be able
After
to touch.
he played 2 minutes of garbage time or something, and they would say
And they
that.
would be mad that he like didn't get a rebound. And
Yeah.
they would be like, he should never, from going from that to being the heart and soul of the team, progressing yourself to being a possible starter in your 4th or 5th year. I feel like he could get a shot in the G League just for the fact of teams know that, one, loyal, two, he can be the heart soil of the team, heart and soul of the team, and three, they can work on him and they can actually truly develop a player. And you can't truly say that about
It's
many
just if he
players.
wants to play still, or if he wants to go into his profession.
Yeah, that
Because
is.
at the end of the day, I think that basketball was just a plus for him. I don't think I could be completely wrong, but from like what it feels like, he was there for his profession, and that he just happened to be very good at basketball in high school. Well,
Yeah.
throughout his life.
No, but I don't know. That's just obviously that's if he wants to play, I feel like he can make a G League roster, or a bubble team, or like last bench on a bench.
Yeah, we compared him to Baines.
Yeah, except he can't shoot whatsoever.
But
But that development, he could develop it. You heard it here first.
Brooke Lopez did it. And he's 32.
You heard it here first. Austin Davis is Aaron Baines 2.0 5 years from now. Just saying, because Aaron Baines, what is he, like 30 right now?
30 something.
Yeah, he's like 30, 32. Austin Davis like 24, 20. 23.
I honestly don't know.
He's
Been there
somewhere
so
around there.
long. I don't
So
know.
5 years. When Austin Davis is 28, he will be on an NBA roster, knocking down at least 3 threes a game.
You giving him like 25, 30%?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Um,
So like I was saying with the possibility of one or two 5-stars off the bench, just like looking at the roster it would feature, because we know Franz is going to NBA probably. Um, it's featuring Zeb at the point, Kobe, shooting guard, or Frankie Collins, one of the two. They're both very good. And then at the 3 is where you get the you can do a lot of things with Isaiah Barnes. The guy's crazy athletic. He can jump out of the gym.
he's gonna be a freshman, right?
Yeah, this is 2021.
I'm gonna be honest
I'm
with you. I
projecting a
kind of forgot we
2021.
got Isaiah Barnes.
The dude keeps posting just like videos of him dunking on Instagram, and it's insane. And then this is where I'm thinking one of them has to go to the bench unless Johns transfers, because you still got Johns in his senior year.
Unless you say to John, like, listen, you don't get an opportunity to have 2 5-star center or 2 5-star big men like this.
I mean, Johns was like a 4-star almost himself.
If you can take a spot on the bench for us and be a veteran off the bench, we will win a championship here.
Because like I feel like his thinking's like, I came in here, I was highly recruited, I was one of the best players in the state.
Not only
I'm playing behind livers my whole career, and I finally get a chance to start, and you're telling me to go back to the bench as a senior?
he decided to go to Michigan instead of hometown, Michigan State.
I think he was a Michigan fan already, but yeah, I was going to say that. I don't know for sure. I don't know, but then yeah, it's whoever you pick at the power forward, and then you still have Dickinson at center.
Jeez, oh my God, I forgot about Dickinson.
That's what I'm saying is if maybe Houston gets the start or Giabate, there's still one of them probably on the bench, unless you go huge ball and pull it like Houston at the small forward
and Scotty at the 2.
No, if he goes to the bench, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's crazy what they have. Unless it's like it's either something weird is going to happen, someone's going to transfer out, or they're just all going to accept it and they're going to steamroll everybody.
I don't think Scotty goes to the bench though. He's too athletic.
Yeah,
he's too much of an athlete to be on the bench.
Amount of shooters in that starting lineup, geez, Pete's. Because if you put Houston at the small forward and then Giabate next to Dickinson, all shooters around Dickinson, and he can hit the mid range.
It'll just be like under the hoop
with 2 6'10" guys right there next to him too.
Yeah.
It's crazy, because then you look, and this has those 2 not being one and dones, and like a few of the other ones not being one and dones, but they're the same depth in 2022.
And then
that's without getting anybody else. That's not counting Jet.
Wait,
Juwan's other son, who's a 5-star.
How tall is how tall is Scotty Barnes?
I would assume
probably
if he's a small forward, he's gonna be 6'6" to 6'8" range. I would imagine.
Okay, so this is what you do: Scotty at the 2, have those other 3 guys filling out there, getting the inbound pass. Your floor general, 7-footer, Austin Davis, 6th year, running the ball up the court.
He's just 6'6", by the way.
Commanding the biggest lineup in college basketball history.
Okay. Were you going out somewhere else with that?
Oh no, that's all I had to say about it.
I was waiting for the rest of it. Yeah, he's 6'6".
Right, so 6'6".
Isaiah is.
So no, I mean that's about an average 2 guard. I mean, he wouldn't be bad at the 2 then.
No.
I mean,
that's still either way. It's a team that can shoot the ball. It's a team that will rebound the ball, and it's a crazy athletic team playing NBA paced offense.
Yeah.
Something we haven't seen here in a while. I mean, not like pace was bad with Beeline, but you have it's Beeline's philosophy of straight shooters.
Yeah.
It's just guys going up and down playing
And see,
NBA style.
it's a direct opposite to what Beeline did. Beeline did small ball shooters. This would be big ball shooters.
Yeah.
This would be
Because
playing as
it's
big as
advanced
you could.
NBA. Like when Beeline coached, it was different. It was like that.
Yeah,
Now it's big guys that can shoot.
yeah. So, I mean, wait, who'd you say at the one?
Zeb.
So Zeb at the one, and then I think you have Scotty at the two, and then I think truly if you want to play both 5 stars, you fill it out there.
Because then, I mean, we're not even talking about the guys they had coming in this year. In Will Tschetter, I don't think he plays very much with these guys. He's not really high regularity. He's like a 3-star. My man that I think is going to be very underrated throughout his career in Terrence Williams. And
We feeling like Austin
it.
Davis type vibes there, or type vibes there.
I don't think 5, possible 6 years, but I think he could definitely be, however it plays out, a 3 to 4 year guy.
Okay.
I think he'd be very underrated. I think he'll be very valuable. I think he'll be like a Livers. Livers
Who's their big guy
wasn't really
from this?
playing.
Who was their big guy from this class?
Start of his season. The big guy?
No, like who was like the top recruit from this class?
Dickinson, I would think.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
He was
keep
almost a
forgetting
5-star. He was like a top. He was one of the. It's weird because I saw he was like a top 5 center, so that would mean he's a 5-star.
Yeah, he was a
But
top 5 center.
I don't know. Yeah, I'd say it's probably Dickinson and Terrence Williams, maybe close to that. I mean, Zeb was also a 4-star, so I mean, they're all pretty close though.
I mean, in reality, this next Michigan's 2021 class has to be one of the best classes, probably a top 5 class in history.
Yeah, if it all plans out too.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because.
But okay, I know where you're going with that. As of today that this video is going up, early signing day, they can sign today. Some of them are supposed to be set to, and then the rest are saying that they're going to sign Friday. So let's just hope for that.
MORT. Last time someone was supposed to sign with Michigan, he took his talents to the G League.
It is.
And then the
is.
other one took.
We want guys here in this program to be playing for the team, because that's what Michigan's about. For each other and for a championship. Not about themselves, their brand, and money. That's in the NBA. That's not in college.
What about Christopher?
That's what I'm talking about. Because he's also getting money. So go play with your brother. Cool, fun. Have fun getting first round in the tournament if you barely make it. But at least you're getting $10,000, $15,000 in the process. Sure, cool, great. I don't care. At the same time, I'm very like I said. I had a conversation the other day. I'm actually at this point. Of course, it's like hindsight, but I'm very happy they didn't get either one of those two, because they would have just been there for themselves, ball hogging and like just going through it like whatever. I'm just here for 1 year anyway.
Imagine Christopher on that team though, like just like.
I don't think it fits that, and then you don't get some of the other guys you have gotten. That's why I'm saying like those two guys leaving open up the door for Juwan to get really creative, and he did. Yeah. It led to the number 1 class, because if you're only getting Todd and Christopher, that was probably the only 2 big guys you were going to get.
You're right.
And so, I mean, it depends. Like I said, like they would have been there for themselves. It's like the other guys want to come play with them and not like touch the ball, because they would have the ball in their hands. And Todd's getting tossed around in the paint in the Big Ten. You can guarantee that. So,
I mean, that Todd Dickinson front court would have been interesting though.
But it wouldn't have happened because of Livers.
Oh, you're right. Wait, is Livers there this year?
Yeah, he's a senior.
Okay. I for some reason I felt like he went to the draft. I don't know why.
He thought about it. That's the thing. Like they have the guys returning, and this very good class they have in this year, and then the number 1 next year, and the possibility to be very good in 2022. And because they'll have Juwan's son coming in, who's a 5-star, but they have three guys that could possibly be first round or lottery guys, all on one team this year.
Yeah. Wait, who's this? Livers.
Franz, Livers, and if Dickinson plays the way he's supposed to, I could see him definitely being a first round whenever he leaves.
Or Davis, just saying.
That too.
But
I think if Dickinson stays 2-3 years, I think he can definitely make a first rounder.
I think if he stays 2 years and he has 2 dominant years, then he could be a
And
first round.
it also paves the way for other dominant big guys to come from Juwan, because he's going to be Juwan's real test, because Juwan already turned Austin around a lot.
Yeah. So what you're saying is that Michigan could be dominant for the next
Years, just
at
whoever wants to come.
At least 3 to 5 years, at least.
I mean, they were already on the uphill climb. They've already been a basketball school since 2014.
Yeah.
So yes, I mean, it's.
But you're saying championship.
I was gonna say I don't want to label it that, but it's like you have to have very high hopes. Maybe not as much this year as next year, but at the same time, this year they can make a lot of noise because of what they did last year. They have all of them coming back and plus some. I think they can do a lot, and some people are thinking about that. Some people aren't. They're starting at 25th in the polls like they did last year, and they became number 1 in 2 weeks. So,
yeah. Well, that's also because who we faced in the first 2 weeks,
and they beat them.
Yeah. So kind of shifting gears, but staying on that championship caliber. The Detroit Tigers. We bring in AJ
I forgot all about this.
And he completely turns the whole organization around.
I listened to an interview with him today.
Mm-hmm.
He said that maybe not the second, but when he signed, his phone started blowing up of guys calling him, asking if they could coach with him. He didn't have to really make calls. I mean, I'm sure there was. Like some of the guys, he's not going to take credit, just say, oh, they came to me. Yeah. But he said like he had guys hitting him up like, I want to come coach with you. And it's like people didn't think anybody would ever want to be with him because of his reputation and whatever. Not reputation, just one bad thing. But it showed that like people don't care.
Yeah. And I mean, the people he got who
it's elite.
Yeah. You have that one guy from the
some major league teams would like to have at least one of them on their coaching staff. They have all of them.
And wasn't one of the guys, weren't we interviewing him for manager?
Yeah, Lombard, the bench coach.
Yeah. I was going to say, we were interviewing him for manager. And then
he left the Dodgers. He was the first base coach, so it's an upgrade to be the bench coach and, like, just gets him close to the manager. So I'm not mad about that. I would have been mad if he was the manager, probably, but for sure I would have been.
So then
we brought him over Don also.
We brought the pitching coach from Michigan that you've said
everybody wanted.
I would say you said he was on everyone's radar.
The Yankees wanted him last year. He didn't want to go to the Yankees.
Yeah.
Of all teams.
I feel like because he would rather stay in state.
Yeah, and he said he knew AJ. They worked together with the Padres.
Yeah.
The scouting and stuff before he went to Michigan.
Who'd they bring in for third base?
I don't remember his name. I saw him earlier. I don't know anything about him. I just know he's from the Nationals.
But again, championship caliber.
I'm assuming he's like an infield coach because I would think Lombard would be an outfield coach. He just strikes that to me as an outfield coach since they got rid of Dave Clark, who was the outfield coach.
Let me see here real fast. Roster. Where's his name here?
I got it right here.
Wait. Okay, yeah, you're in it. Oh, Chip Hale.
Yeah. I knew it was something. I thought it was Chip. I just didn't want to say Chip and be wrong.
He played infield, so.
Yeah, he just struck me as an infield, and then Lombard struck me as an outfield. Well, I guess he's a bench coach, so I don't know. So, which is weird, because Santiago was already the infield coach. He's the first base coach too. So
he was a manager too.
Who?
Chip Hale. He managed for the Diamondbacks.
Oh, that's the experience too. Oh, that's why, because he was probably with the Diamondbacks with AJ then too, because AJ started off with the Diamondbacks.
2015, 2016. Or no, he coached for the Diamondbacks in 07, 09.
Yeah, so something like this. So AJ was around sometime in that. And then Scott Coolball, the hitting coach, I had no idea who he was. I assumed he was because he was an assistant coach with the White Sox, that he was just some random. But apparently he's been hopping teams. I don't know how he ended up as an assistant coach. He's like, I saw he'd been like with the Rockies, the Orioles, the Rangers, some other teams.
Question, because I don't know. What does quality control coach do?
Um, that he, I think he was already there or something.
He was not. He was with the Angels last year.
Oh, okay. So it was Juan Neves that stayed, the assistant pitching coach. Um,
Yes, Juan Neves. Even though he changed his number apparently. Wait, no,
yeah, I
no,
don't know.
Neves. He's new to the team too.
It was, I think it was him and Santiago were the only ones that stayed.
No, Neves hasn't. This is his first year. He hasn't coached. Or he hasn't. Yeah, he hasn't coached since the Miami Marlins 2018.
So then it was Paul. It was somebody in Santiago that stayed, but
Okay, yeah, I think it was Paul because, um, yeah, everyone else is saying 2021 and Paul said 20. So
I think like quality control is like something to do with development and just like player wellness, I guess you could say, just like connecting with them and stuff and like helping development. And I don't know the technical thing, but I know they're kind of important.
yeah,
Um,
okay,
but Scott Coolball, I saw that Manny Machado gave him credit for helping him out with the Orioles, and like some other guys were saying like, yeah, he's a really good guy, like
yeah, he
really
was with
helpful.
the White Sox last year. It looks
So I'm really hoping that if he was coming in over Valvera, I hope there's a reason why.
I'm just happy we kept Santiago.
Yeah, well, I mean, everybody figured if somebody was going to stay, it was going to be Ramon Santiago because he's with the young guys. He's the longest tenured coach now, and
He's a
they had to keep somebody that was
he's
already on the coaching
literally,
staff.
other than Miguel, he's the longest tenured player in the or longest tenured person in the Tigers organization. Like that actually day to day stuff, like is there
Yeah.
every like yeah.
And so like he was already relatable with the young guys. He was already helping them out a lot. And so like everybody kind of figured it was going to be him
Yeah.
that stayed. Plus he's like for the Latin guys, easy to
Probably
talk
helped
to and
out.
stuff. Yeah.
And I mean, not saying, but I think he is the only Latin coach on the team because I could be wrong about
I mean Neves seems like it, but
oh yeah, Neves. But
that's a
what's it? George Lombardi. I think he's what is he?
yeah.
He could be. I don't
I
know.
don't know. I mean, I'm sure some of these guys have picked things up in their years. I'm just
Lombard.
very happy that it happened.
Okay, Lombard was an All-American running back.
I know he played for the Tigers at one point.
Yeah, he
Played
played in
outfield for him.
2002. But yeah, I did not know that. But then free agency starts. I forget when. I almost said woes, but I forget when
Well, it's open right now. It's
it's
just nothing's
open. Yeah, oh yeah,
happening.
it's yeah opened a couple days ago officially. So,
The
and I think
Giants
we
made the first big move. I forget they signed some random, but it happened.
who did?
The Giants they signed some random dude either today or yesterday. It was the first. The hot stove's heating up.
Oh, I thought that I know it started with Robbie Ray signing back with Toronto.
He actually did go back.
Yeah, he signed a 1 year deal with them.
Yeah, if he actually did go back, then it was him. But stove's heating up then.
Yeah. So then soon you'll see JT Remuto and George Springer in Detroit.
Apparently the new owner said, or manager or something of the Mets said that after their press conference, they had agents calling them like crazy of guys wanting to come play for them. And I know Rio Muto would be in that conversation. Again, I'm not banking on it. I'm not even entertaining the thought of them coming. That's absolutely not happening.
Yeah.
I'm just putting all my energy towards Springer. Give me Springer with this top 5 coaching staff. It's an A plus 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 off season. Best thing Al Avila has ever done.
So Springer. So you think Springer would be the only? Okay, obviously Springer and then Crone
Springer's
and Scope.
all I'm hoping for.
Springer's Crone and Scope as your big three.
Oh yeah.
Your big three for the offseason.
The other guys are re-signing. The straight free agents is what I'm hoping for Springer.
Okay, that's understandable. I like that. Okay. I don't got anything else to say. I mean, I think we sit back, we let this week unfold if anything else happens, and
I mean, you did see it, but that talk that I posted of my projected lineup, people did like it. They were commenting, they're saying, "Yeah, it's crazy how much he would change the team. He would be good there and stuff." And I mean, besides the Blue Jays being in on absolutely everybody and their mother, um, that happens.
I'm just saying, Trevor Bauer, Detroit, 2021.
See, I'm not worried about that either.
I
Just anybody that can throw a ball. I mean, what's looking like their best chance is Chris Archer. I'm not mad at that at all. Because yeah, he hasn't been good for years, but at the same time, he's also going to be asking for like $2 million.
and you stick him at that 5 spot or even in the bullpen, like you said.
Yeah, you just don't worry about him. Let Federer turn him around. That's going to be Federer's first project.
Yeah, him
And if it's like if he doesn't turn him around, then it's Chris Archer, who's 33 years old.
Archer and Fulmer are his first project. Even though Fulmer's kind of there,
because I mean, Fulmer is a different because he's coming back from Tommy John, and I don't know Federer's history if he's ever had to face that.
Yeah,
but I mean, Fulmer was also the rookie of the year and was winning games before that.
true. But it's obviously Fulmer showed after last year he's still a little bit of a project. I mean, obviously, like
he just looked rusty. I mean, times he looked really good. Other times you could tell.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I think that's all we got though. We'll take
just one with my lineup. I mean, you had already seen it, but just a paper thought. I had Springer, Candelario.
Wait. Is this your batting order?
Yes, yes.
Okay, this is what I wondered when I saw the talk. I wondered if this was your batting order.
Yeah, I went in order of batting order.
Okay.
Springer, Candelario, Miguel. Then I had Crone resigning at cleanup, and then Scope 5th of resigning, and then Willie at 6th. We're putting him up there protecting Scope. Plus he's a switch hitter, and that was just like that was 3 right-handed hitters back to back to back.
Yeah.
And then Jacoby coming back at 7th, and then if they don't get anybody else at catcher, you finally give Jake Rogers a gosh dang chance.
Yeah.
You traded for him. Give him a chance. I have him at 8th, and then I have Victor Reyes at 9th as the second leadoff man, like he had been doing this year until Jacoby got hurt. And plus, again, he's another switch hitter. So you have another switch hitter at the bottom of the lineup.
I personally think you switch Jacoby and Reyes there because I think Jacoby he excelled at that second.
I think you could too. It's just like power-wise and everything, I'd keep Jacoby after Willie because if Willie's getting on, then Jacoby's getting chances to do things. He can bunt, he can hit a gap and stuff.
Yeah, and I guess Willie's fast, so that kind of helps. Yeah.
And plus, like, there's already a switch hitter in front of him, so then you have Victor Reyes as a switch hitter at 9th. And then, like, if you're leading off an inning, you got Victor Reyes switch hitting with Springer on deck with Candelario, who's also switch hitter in the hole.
You're right. Yeah. I don't mind that. I don't mind.
But it just, I mean, it's the same team, but at the same time, it feels a lot different because you didn't have Crone.
It's the same. Months. It's the same team with Crone
and Rogers,
Jacoby, and Spring.
Yeah, and Rogers.
And yeah, but I mean, Rogers filtered in. I feel like he played a couple games, didn't he?
Not this year.
Oh, he didn't. Jesus Christ.
No, that's what I'm saying. They just wasted an entire year.
Romine and who?
Grayson Griner, and then Eric Haas.
Oh, I forgot about Grayson Griner. His 6th.
Yeah, that's where he just gets sent out of nowhere.
Okay. But yeah, I think that this is an hour plus video.
Yeah, I didn't. It's crazy.
I told you this one was gonna be long.
I didn't think so, but we kind of went crazy.
Yeah. So thank you guys for watching. We'll have another long video next week probably. Well, because I feel like we'll kind of break down each pick as it goes because we're gonna have to probably make our draft board beforehand because if we go by this, it's gonna be a 2-hour long video. So we'll definitely make our draft board ahead of time, and then obviously explain each pick. And I think we're gonna do. I think we are going to involve trades, but nothing insane like we have done in the past.
Yeah, none of our whiteboard videos, but of course the one big trade everybody's going to think about.
there'll be realistic trades. Obviously, the Pistons might be involved. Golden State might be involved. You might have a couple of these teams involved, but yeah, it'll be a realistic thing. It'll be as up to date as we can. As we can, we'll make adjustments up until we start recording the video. But
Yeah, probably.
yeah,
Or even
that's all we
during
got.
it.
What'd you say?
Or even during it with news coming out.
Yeah. So
Because it always does.
yeah, we'll probably hear something as soon as we're done with this video. Michigan signed another player, but
I'd love that.
so I think that's all we got for you guys. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys could subscribe and like, that would help out the channel a lot. And we'll see you next week for our mock draft.